5 blockbuster trade ideas coming up here on NFL Daily, and I love doing these type of shows because I can get creative. If you want to make sure that you're not on the trade block, then you guys need to go to Manscaped right now. 20% off and free shipping. What? Free shipping? Yes, free shipping. But you got to go ahead and use that link down below, manscaped.com/chat. And it's also going to be available for y'all in the comments and description of today's video. So what you guys are going to see are 5 different trades that I've cooked up here. 4 around big name players, and then another one is going to be around the 2022 NFL Draft. They are all different. They're all going to be a little bit different and juicy and spicy. If you could take a screenshot and share them on social media and tag me in Chat Sports, I would appreciate it. Let's talk about the very first player here, and it's probably not too big of a surprise. It's DK Metcalf. There's been reports out there that multiple teams are interested in DK, though Seattle says that they're not even listening to offers at this point. And Seattle apparently turned down the 10 overall pick from the New York Jets early on Wednesday, which has been disputed and maybe even debunked as being fake news. However, Seattle also said a lot of the very similar things that they said about Ruseell Wilson. And guess what? He's now a member of the Denver Broncos. If a trade or if something's good enough, I think anybody is available at certain points, unless you're just one of the top quarterbacks in the National Football League. And there's going to be a lot of teams interested in DK's services. Why? 29 total touchdowns his first 3 years, over 3,000 yards in receiving. He's had at least 58 catches. He is a hell of a player. He's a hell of an athlete, and he would add a lot of value to a team. So when I think of, okay, what team is in win now mode and missing a wide receiver and wants to make their quarterback happy, and has arguably the worst receiving unit in the National Football League, I think of the Green Bay Packers. So here's the trade that I decided to do here. The Green Bay Packers get DK Metcalf. The Seattle Seahawks get Jordan Love, a 2022 first-round pick, so 22 overall. And on top of that, a 2022 third-round pick, 92. So the 22nd overall pick is the pick they got from the Raiders in the Devontae Adams deal. Green Bay gets a field stretcher. They get DK. You can also have him replace Marcus Valdes-Scantling. Jordan Love, you're not going to be the quarterback of Green Bay any soon. And Jordan Love now can compete with Drew Lock. So let me know, y'all, who wins this trade. And if you want to go ahead and give me some grades on these trades as well down in the live comments, whether you're watching on YouTube or whether you're watching on Rumble, I would appreciate it. So who wins the trade? Type SEA for the Seattle Seahawks, or I want you to go ahead and type GB for the Green Bay Packers. Let's go to the next player here, and it's the running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. No doubt, when he's healthy, he's one of the most electrifying players in the National Football League, and judging by that smile, 100% uses Manscaped. There was a report a few weeks ago that the Panthers are listening to trade offers. However, he's missed 23 games the past 2 seasons, and if a team goes out and trade for him, you're essentially going to be paying him about $13 million per year, and he's under contract through 2025. I don't know if I want to pay a running back who's been unable to stay healthy, who had, 442 rushing yards, 1 touchdown last season, $14 million. However, I wouldn't mind paying a running back who in 2019 had 387 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns, and then also caught the ball 116 times for 1,005 yards and had 4 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey is a complete running back. Between the tackles, catching the football, offers you a lot. And I don't know how many teams want to go out and pay him that much money, but he is a hell of a player. Now, let me tell you one thing. If any single guy that I talk about today ends up getting traded, drop what you're doing, sit down, get comfy, because we're going live here on NFL Daily, y'all. So make sure you got that subscribe button clicked. Make sure you got those notifications turned on. So not only do I want you to turn on your girlfriend with Manscaped, I want you to click that notification bell. If you're someone who can't find something that looks like a bell, don't worry, I can help you out. But just to keep you guys up to date, news, rumors, analysis, all that good stuff, hit that subscribe button. So here's the trade that I had decided to cook up here. The Panthers, which now I realize I might have been drunk when I was doing this. The Panthers get the number 35 overall pick. The Jets, they get Christian McCaffrey. So that's the deal that ends up going down. We can just go to the next trade. It's fine. The Jets get Christian McCaffrey. The Carolina Panthers, they get the 35th overall pick, the 2nd round pick. So let me know, guys, knowing that, I know what the graphic says. Carolina gets the 35th overall pick. The Jets, they get McCaffrey. Let's go to the next one here, and it's probably going to upset some people. It's Darren Waller. And I know a lot of Raider fans have been asking me pretty heavily, well, Mitch, could a Darren Waller trade actually happen? And I'm like, I do think it's a lot more likely than what some people want to bring attention to it, because Waller hired a new agent last season, and he's looking for a new contract, still has 2 years left on his deal. Also, the Raiders, they've been working out a lot of tight ends. And before I show you Waller's stats, I do want to tell you about Manscaped products, because I know there's some people out there, as soon as I said tight ends, they were like, wait a minute. Yeah, if you want to make sure that your tight end is looking as good as possible, I don't know if it's possible, but I'm sure you could use the Lawnmower 4.0. You could also make sure that you're rocking with the perfect package by going to manscaped.com/chat. 20% off and free shipping. The reason why it's called the perfect package is because if you use all the products, the ball deodorant, the ball toner, the Lawnmower 4.0, your balls are going to look fantastic. And April is Ball Cancer Awareness Month. Portions of the proceeds from Manscaped go to just educating people. And I'm a man in my 20s. This might surprise y'all, but you should absolutely go get your balls checked out. Manscaped's slogan, we save balls. Not only will your balls look perfect, but they're doing the right things as well, and I like supporting companies like that. So it's manscaped.com/chat, 20% off and free shipping. So let's talk about Darren Waller, who I've also known as an absolute baller. 55 catches last season, 665 yards, 2 touchdowns. His past 2 seasons, though, or I should say his previous 2 seasons, he had over 1,000 yards, was the top target for the Las Vegas Raiders. And if you're going to move on from Waller, who's going to be a main focal point in the Raiders offense with Josh McDaniels in those 2 tight end sets, you have to know that, okay, you better get something back and replace. I don't want the Raiders to trade Waller, but you know what? For the sake of this show, here's the trade idea that I decided to cook up. The Raiders receive Mekhi Becton from the New York Jets, who has been a left tackle predominantly, but could also end up being another tackle, which you could figure out here and there. But maybe you kick him over to the right side. So then you have Colton Miller and Mekhi Becton. Those are your 2 offensive tackles. And then Dave Ziegler, the general manager of the Raiders, has said for a while that he wants to try to get back up into the second round. So what if the Raiders and the Jets, they swap those picks? You get now 38 overall. The Jets, if they were interested in DK Metcalf, obviously Waller isn't a wide receiver, but he's pretty damn close to it, and he's an athletic specimen. So you swap your second and third round picks. What do y'all think? Who wins this trade here? Let me know down in the comments section. Go ahead and type Raiders, or if you think the New York Jets ended up winning this deal, I want you to go ahead and type Jets. Raiders or Jets? I don't see the Raiders moving on from Waller. I'd be very surprised. But you know what? My job here at Chat Sports is to make fun content, and this trade would be definitely a real big old doozy. So not only do I talk about Raiders content here at Chat Sports, I also provide more content over on Locals. And Chat Sports has partnered with Locals, and if you're just looking for more NFL content, you can go to locals.com. If you want even more Raiders-specific content from me, you can go ahead and go to raidersreport.locals.com. And what type of content are you going to get? More exclusive access to me. So during the North Carolina-Kansas game, I actually had a Zoom watch party, hanging out, talking about the game, watching the game, drinking some beers with some Raider fans, had a lot of fun. I also go live at least once a week talking about Raiders, doing beer reviews, and it's essentially like a mailbag style of show where I'm answering everything you guys are doing. Also, on top of that, we also go ahead and we break down, I break down. When I ate the one chip, it's the hottest chip in the world. It's just me trying to provide even more content. So if there's Raider fans out there that want to see more of this style of stuff, remember, go to raidersreport.locals.com. All right, so the next trade that we're going to talk about here is going to be around the 2022 NFL Draft. And it's based on teams that I believe could potentially trade up. And usually, when a team trades up or they try to make a big-time splash, it's for a quarterback. So the teams that I see as potential trade-up candidates for a quarterback, Steelers, Saints, Seahawks, Falcons. I can also see Green Bay trading up for a wide receiver. Not a quarterback again. Sorry, Jordan Love. So the trade that I decided to do here, let's get wild. The Saints, they made a trade with Philadelphia to get that extra pick this year. Well, what happens if they decide to trade up and go up over the Carolina Panthers, go up over the Atlanta Falcons, go all the way up to pick number 5. So the Saints, they get James Bradberry, take him off the New York Giants books. Bradberry gets to go down to New Orleans, and the Saints get the number 5 overall pick. The New York Giants get Michael Thomas, so you get a top receiver for Daniel Jones. Thomas in New Orleans has also butted heads over the past 18, 19 months. On top of that, the Giants get the first-round pick, 16 overall, and a 2023 third-round pick. I know, we're getting wild, but I promised y'all we would get wild here on today's show. So who wins the trade? Is it NYG or is it NO? Do you think the Giants won? Type NYG. Or do you think it's the New Orleans Saints? Let me know what y'all are thinking.